Did you know that, for a few rare moments, the sea in Venice looked just like polished marble? It sounds like something out of a fairy tale, or maybe a scene from a dream, but this is a real phenomenon that has left both locals and visitors in awe. Imagine standing at the edge of a canal, expecting to see the usual gentle ripples, but instead, you're greeted by a surface so smooth and reflective. It seems as if the city itself is floating on a giant slab of stone. Yeah, it sounds impossible, but let me walk you through this stunning phenomenon. Venice is already a city that feels like it's suspended between reality and fantasy, but on this particular day, it truly crossed that line. The city, with its winding canals and ancient architecture, is no stranger to beauty. But what happened on this day was something entirely different, a transformation that made even lifelong Venetians stop and stare. Venice, already famous for its floating city vibe, faced a day so still and surreal, locals swore the Grand Canal had turned to stone. The air was crisp, the city unusually quiet, and the water was so undisturbed that it seemed to erase the boundary between liquid and solid. No, it wasn't some magic trick or a painter's wild imagination. This happened for real. There were no special effects, no clever camera angles, just nature, working its quiet magic. Here's what went down. Let's set the scene. On a chilly morning, with barely a breeze in the air, the surface of Venice's canals smoothed out like glass. The city was wrapped in a gentle mist, muffling sounds and making everything feel even more dreamlike. Gondolas sat motionless, and the usual bustle of boats was nowhere to be seen. But what made it look like marble were the reflections. The water became a perfect mirror, capturing every detail of the city's ornate facades and centuries-old bridges. The mix of ancient buildings, soft winter light, and even a little mist created swirling patterns right on the water. The colors of the buildings, the pale blue of the sky, and the golden glow of the early sun all blended together, forming patterns that looked hand-painted. The canals literally mirrored the city's marble facades. So perfectly, people thought the water had frozen solid. It was as if the entire city had been duplicated, upside down, in the water below. People couldn't believe their eyes. Some even reached out to touch the water, half expecting it to be hard as stone. Locals stopped in their tracks. Even those who had lived in Venice their whole lives said they had never seen anything quite like it. Tourists whipped out their phones, probably thinking they'd stumbled into some kind of fantasy. Social media feeds filled up with photos and videos as everyone tried to capture this fleeting, magical moment. For those brief moments, Venice felt timeless, like it was caught between water and stone. The city's history, its art, and its natural beauty all seemed to merge into one breathtaking scene. But what causes this rare spectacle? It's not just luck, it's science too. Scientists say this happens only when a bunch of rare conditions line up. The air must be perfectly still, the temperature just right, and the humidity at a certain level. All these factors combine to create a surface so calm, it becomes a flawless mirror. Perfect calm, cool air, and a city that seems to hold its breath, and just the right amount of humidity. Even the slightest breeze or a passing boat would break the illusion, so it's a moment that can vanish as quickly as it appears. It's nature's version of a magic trick, and Venice, with its maze of canals, is the perfect stage. The city's unique geography and architecture make it possible for these rare moments to happen, turning the ordinary into the extraordinary. People from all walks of life, artists, scientists, travelers, have tried to describe the feeling of witnessing this transformation, but words can hardly do it justice. If you're lucky enough to witness it, you'll never forget it. It's the kind of experience that stays with you, a memory you'll want to revisit again and again. The city's famous bridges, palazzos, and sky all twisted and rippled in the water, turning the canals into moving artwork. Every step along the canal offers a new perspective, a new masterpiece painted by light and reflection. It's moments like these that remind me why Venice is one of the world's great wonders. There's always something unexpected, something magical waiting just around the corner. So, if you ever find yourself wandering Venice's labyrinth of canals, take a moment to pause and really look. You never know when the city will reveal one of its best-kept secrets. So next time you're there, keep your eyes open. The magic of Venice is always just a breath away, waiting for the perfect moment to appear. Who knows, maybe you'll catch the sea turning to marble too. And if you do, you'll be part of a story that's as old as the city itself and just as unforgettable. If you loved learning about this mind-blowing moment in Venice, Make sure to hit that subscribe button for more stories that'll make you see the world a little differently.